Welcome, I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my planetary report for October the 21st, 2024. So this is a great balanced week. We've got a trine, opens up the path of least resistance. There's a sun's going to move. There's a square, which is challenging. What's life without a few challenges, right? And some opportunities as well. So let's get into it. Also, this is my new format now for a while due to other commitments and responsibilities I have. So I hope you enjoyed this format. You can go along to jenniferangel.com and read much greater intense version of the planetary overview, the blog on that, and also your sun sign reports. Okay, so jenniferangel.com, just go to the horoscope page, all right, and it's all there. Okay, so this week starts at the sun right at the last degrees of Libra. Is going to square Pluto on the last degrees of Capricorn before it moves into Aquarius on November the 19th for good. Well, almost for good, like 19, 20 years. So it feels like it's for good, right? Okay, so with this square, the squares, as I said, it's traditionally challenging. And, this aspect really just occurs when there's like assertive energy of the sun, in the diplomatic sign of Libra, and as it sort of clashes with Pluto, because Pluto is a force, okay? It's a powerful force. It's transformational, and it's in like ambitious Capricorn. So all this is just going to invite us to just confront our power dynamics, not just within other people, but also within ourselves, and also for our personal and professional goals, okay? So, it does come with some great benefits. I mean, it does encourage us for deep introspection. It can lead to transformational breakthroughs. It gives us the opportunity to really dive deep and strengthen relationships. And because it comes right up into our face. And so it's like, hey, look at me. And, as I say, Mary Morrissey always says it the best. First of all, you have to notice what's going on. And that's what Pluto helps us do. It helps us notice that. Does not come without its challenges. There are some power struggles that can go on, as I mentioned. So you want to navigate through these challenges. Just, have some patience with yourself first. Okay, don't get down with yourself. Don't get into all that negative self-talk. Just notice what's happening. Be prepared to let go of any unhealthy attachments, things or people, and patterns, okay? And then moving on, that is on the 22nd. Also on the 22nd, Mercury, which is in Scorpio, is going to trine Saturn in Pisces. Now, we love the trines because they're like path of least resistance. They just open up and you can walk through. That's if you notice it and you're aware of it, of course. So this is a very harmonious aspect between these two. There's like a blend of deep thought with Mercury in Scorpio, and also disciplined structure with Saturn in Pisces. Okay, so practical communication is going to be good here. Just have clarity and intent. All right, this is an excellent time for strategic planning, researching. Anything that requires like a depth of understanding is good right now. What to watch out for? It's important just to balance the depth with openness, just to avoid coming across too intense or too rigid. When you do that, you sort of close yourself off a little bit. So, to be careful of that. So overall, it's going to help to establish solid foundations through just having meaningful communication. And it's both in all areas of your life, depending, of course, where it falls in your sun sign chart, and more importantly, where it falls in your personal chart, okay? Now, also on the 22nd or the 23rd, depending on where you are in the world, okay, the sun is going to make its transition from Libra to Scorpio. So as the sun, makes this shift, You know, Libra is more about balance and harmony, looks for harmony in relationships. And Scorpio is more about exploring the deeper emotional truths, you know, within yourself, okay? Because let's face it, that's where it all starts. You've been following me for a while. You know that my work is, you know, on that inner self. And, you know, the Libra energy is great for partnerships. It's a great time for love and collaboration. And the Scorpio energy is, you know, a little more introspective. But you know, the emotions are heightened. So as those emotions are heightened, it does drive us to confront ourselves, our inner truths, perhaps our inner secrets too, and just bring them up. What Pluto does, it just sort of like, or Scorpio does rather, ruled by Pluto. Scorpio that sort of just brings everything right up close so you can see it more clearly. It's hard to ignore it, okay? So there's you know, the themes for this is introspection, emotional depth, transformation for sure, power dynamics, you know, you sort of be careful of how you're responding and relating to people, and of course, intuition, okay? And then on the 24th, Mars in Cancer is going to sextile Uranus in Taurus. So we love the sextile because that opens up like opportunities, options, possibilities, just gets us thinking about, okay, what is the possibility? What is my big dream? Okay. And so in this sense, once again, it's about noticing, because, you know, an opportunity can just as easily pass you by if you're not open to noticing it. So, you know, the Mars in Cancer really does encourage protective instincts as well, while Uranus in Taurus is more about the desire for change, and things can come out of the blue with this because Mars is like, it's like an action point, you know, it's a trigger point. So, you know, be ready to, and, you know, we as humans, we don't really like a lot of change because it's different. So just like be open to, you know what, I'm just open to what comes next, and I'm open to looking at it without blocking the energy, okay? It's also great for problem solving because that Mars energy gets in there, and because Mars is in Cancer, it's a more empathy of, you know, when you're problem solving, to think of other people as well. It does lead to some great breakthroughs. And however, you know, there's a need just to find a balance between, you know, what's traditional, you know, what you usually do, to what's innovative, what you can do, okay? And break that down into smaller activity points and chunks so you don't feel so overwhelmed. So, you know, that sort of final overview for that concept, or that interaction between the planets aspect, is, you know, you want to take bold steps towards just creating what you want in life, because as I always say, everything starts with a thought, but unless the thought is followed up with action, it's still just a thought, okay? So to wrap up this week, as the Sun in Libra squares Pluto in Capricorn, you can face some challenges that test your relationships and just push you just to confront any hidden power dynamics. So although that can sound a little challenging and can be a little challenging, it does clear the energy and opens it up for better things, okay? And as the Sun does its transition from Libra to Scorpio, that really just invites a deeper emotional explorations within yourself first, and then with others. And then Mars in the Cancer, as we just said, it's a very innovative energy that supports, you know, bold actions, both in your home, your personal lives, your professional lives. And so you want to just be open to embracing that. And so this overall week has a great emphasis on importance of balancing harmony with the depth of embracing change. So it's exciting, it can be somewhat challenging, but it's certainly exciting. Okay, have a great week, everybody. I do have a new single session out at the moment called the executive reset, and it's a 90-minute session. And go on to the programs and consults on jenniferangel.com. It's a great session. It really helps you get unstuck. As I said, I do some prep work. It's a 90-minute session, and it just helps you say, what are you doing with your day, your mind, body, and soul? What are your habits? What do you want to change? And just like refresh, renew, reset. Okay. If that sounds good for you, I would love to help you with that. Okay. Bye for now. Have a great week, everybody.